The first 30 seconds.
I'm already recording, so I already got you on camera.
Oh,
Boom! What's up, everybody? I'm doing a van tour with Ikey. I got a crowd behind me. I'm gonna show all you guys out now. I don't even care. You guys are all pains in my behind. Ikey has done a phenomenal build. Guess what? This man is only 20 years old. Yeah, I just called you out on that. What's up, what's up? I'm gonna get off camera. He's gonna explain everything about this amazing build he's got going on behind him right now. Here we go!
This is my 2006 Sprinter. Good old T1N.
Dude, I didn't even ask you a question yet. You just went right into it. This dude's like, all right, you want to introduce your cronies, your crew?
Yeah, this is Nick, Jarrod, Joe.
You're Jarrod?
Abby.
Yeah.
What's up?
I don't know.
Elliot.
Harry.
Ikey,
Yes.
you've been studying vans for a while.
Yeah, so I've been building for like 2.5-ish years. Fresh out of high school, I just bought a van and just dove into it head first. This is number 3. Had the dream, had the vision, and then just gotta keep your head up, trust the process.
And now you actually build. Do you want to say who you build with?
Yeah, I build with SoCal Custom Vans. My
Nice.
buddy Nick right there.
So you know what you're doing. It's
Yeah.
pretty much what it comes down to.
He hit me
Damn, you're
up,
tall.
and we just want to do some really cool things.
And you're building out here in SoCal.
Yes,
All
in
right.
San Diego. I just drove here from Buffalo, New York.
Is that where you're from?
Yeah.
You're an East Coaster like me.
This thing was built in the cold, built for the cold, can withstand anything. It's a 2006 Dodge Sprinter, remade into a Mercedes with the grille and those really nice headlights, thanks to Joe over there. 140 wheelbase. I got about 20 miles per gallon.
Yeah, these are like the million-mile motors, is what everybody says, right? Yeah.
Yes, I love this thing. It sounds great. You just gotta take care of them, treat
right.
them with love, and they will love you back.
You are a tall human being, so I'm going to talk right about the height in here.
Yes.
Because I'm not as tall as you. So how tall are you?
I am 5'11" and 3/4.
All right, we can round up to 6.
I just say
think
6.
I think
say 6 feet.
it's safe to say 6 feet.
No, I'm 5'11" because this is actually 6 feet.
Okay,
And,
you're right there.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
Did you build up the floor at all or down the ceiling at all?
So the floor is like as small as possible. It's a 1/2-inch subfloor, and I have 1/8-inch foam insulation.
Nice.
Insulation, just for like the sound and like the feeling of a cushy floor, and to keep it directly off the metal because it just gets really cold. And then the ceiling is just 1/8-inch Baltic birch on 1/8-inch Baltic birch. So I'm only adding like 1/4 of an inch. I really needed that height in here.
One of my favorite features in your build is actually right behind you. I think it's a phenomenal idea. A sliding door bulkhead thingamajiggy.
It's like 200 degrees in there. The heat is just pouring out right now.
Because the sun is blaring right on that windshield.
Yes.
It's like a magnifying glass.
Yeah.
So that is insulated?
Yeah, so it's slightly insulated where I could. The thickness of like the panels and all that didn't really allow me to insulate it too well, but it's good enough, a lot better than a curtain. It had to be super thin because this layout is insanely dense. Like to fit everything in here, it was like my brain was very, very tired.
It is not easy to do what you just did there.
No, it is not, especially to like line it up with the swivel seat. I do kind of have to crawl through to get there.
Yeah.
But it's plenty worth it because at nighttime I just do this.
That's so nice.
Sealed.
That's so
and
nice.
in the winter time, if you don't have one of these, your windshield just gets super frosty, and then you're scraping all the ice off. I have a Chinese heater. I haven't really had it higher than like 50%. Yeah, I've been toasty. I've been at like -10 degrees in this thing, and it's been great. I had to turn the heat down.
Is that a hangboard too?
Yeah, it's a hangboard.
Oh my god, dude. Are you a climber?
A little bit. Yeah, I dabble.
Okay, you do some bouldering or?
Bouldering.
Yeah.
Mainly, yeah.
Your countertop setup is simple, but I know it's not, man. I know it's not simple. So kind of break it down for me.
Yeah, so the countertops are, pretty much everything in this van is like Baltic birch laminated with Formica. It's like a laminate. You basically construct everything and then glue it on, and use a router to pretty much trim out all the excess. If you use your tools right, you don't need to be an insane craftsman because the tools will do most of the work for you. But I really like this stuff. It's like anti-fingerprint.
Yeah.
And apparently if it gets scratched, you can put like heat on it, and then it'll like fix the scratch.
Nice.
I'm gonna test it out right here actually. The drone
Okay.
did a little damage. So,
Right here?
Yeah.
Nice.
We will see what happens with that. I really hope it comes out, but
Now, do you cook propane?
yes.
Okay.
I prefer a flame. Or propane, just because I've had induction in my last 2 vans. I don't like washing my batteries, just die. I'm trying to cook a good meal and the batteries are just like depleting. And
well, what battery do you have? You talked about your heater.
Yeah, so I have 210 amp hours of lithium. I have 2 ReLion Energy 105s.
Oh yeah, you bought it from my buddy.
Yeah, Light Harvest Solar.
Yeah.
You should definitely order all your stuff through Light Harvest Solar.
Oh yeah, that's right, man. You were plugging him hard last night, camera off. Yeah.
You saved a lot of time. You just tell him like what components you want, and he'll figure out your lugs, your breakers, like everything.
So you have 210 lithium good batteries.
Yes.
What's your inverter size?
2000 watt Kotak inverter.
Yeah, you don't really need much because you cook off of your exactly.
Yeah, the inverter is just for my water heater and I guess outlets like that.
Sure.
Maybe
laptop stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. What else do I use that for?
Your microwave, is that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I have a little microwave in here. It's like the smallest one I could find on Amazon.
I mean, that's got to be like maybe 900 watts at most.
It's like 600.
Is it really that little?
80 amps.
That's great.
Not even.
Now, what about driving? That doesn't obviously move.
No, this thing is solid. I screwed it in from underneath.
You did?
Yeah, it was pretty sketchy screwing into a microwave. It's in there though. It's not going anywhere. But reheating food with a microwave compared to like a pan, it's just better. It's so much better. And then 300 watts up top.
You got a lot of controls up here.
Yeah. So this is my underbody fan.
Underbody fan.
Yes.
Is that it? For what is that? What's the purpose of
So
that?
the purpose of that is to bring cold air in from underneath the van, because like all the air around the van in the summer is just hot. It's like getting beated by the sun.
Okay.
So this brings in cold air from underneath where it's like shaded.
So is there like literally like the fan is down here? I just felt it.
I can show you.
Yeah.
Very
please.
quickly. It's kind of a mess in here.
It's okay. We're at a festival and we're doing our thing. Holy crap, dude! Just like Swiss Army knife stuff.
Boom. There's pretty much most of my systems. Excuse the dust.
You're okay.
Pretty fresh build.
No one's judging.
But yeah, water heater. It's my DC to DC panel.
Yeah.
And then Light Harvest Solar. They do these awesome little breaker boxes.
Holy Christmas, dude.
Yeah. Here's the underbody fan.
You fit so much into a little van.
Dude, it's the brain damage that I went through to figure to figure this out. I literally sat down for a month.
Really?
I like wrote down all my priorities and like what I needed, and I just beat my brain up until I figured it out.
So that is the fan right there, and you said that comes up from underbody out into this.
So it pulls air from underneath. It's got a little carbon filter on there, so it's not pulling in gross air. Then blows inside. That's all adjustable too.
I don't think I've seen that in a van yet.
I have.
Okay.
I got it from Tom's Tips, Freedom Vans.
Oh, okay.
Instagram highlights.
This is why I love this guy, this man right here, guys. He just shot out the people he found it from. So thank you.
I was inspired by a lot of people. I think that's it in here.
Okay.
That one is kind of tricky to pull off, but I can do it.
You want to switch sides, and we'll kind of get the rest of that build. Here we go.
So, I need to add another strut. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I got you.
So this pops out just like that one.
Damn, I heard the Velcro, so it's Velcro down?
That's my Chinese heater controller.
Nice.
I don't need that, it can stay down there. But that's my electrical system.
Damn, dude.
I have room for one more battery.
Is that the plan?
At some point.
Okay.
I start dying, but I haven't died yet.
We got to some cool stuff now, man, because now I just switched sides.
Thing over here.
Oh, please.
Yeah, inverter switch. That's the controller.
Yeah.
Water heater timer. It's my water pump switch. That's an onboard air compressor. So, inside of there, I have an air chuck, so I can hook up an air hose and blow out all the sand and like grime and stuff. Versus like trying to sweep with a broom.
I'm gonna turn this off for a second if you don't mind. Just for
a little noisy. And then one more thing.
Yeah.
It's like, you live in a van, you need like all the essentials, like a mirror, microwave. Essentials,
oh my god, I know where you're going with this.
So,
oh my god.
That pops down like that. Every morning you can look at yourself.
You look at yourself, kind of cleaning yourself up, put your makeup on.
Yeah, or else you're like looking at your iPhone screen on Snapchat, like trying to.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Is this a water tank?
Yes. So whenever the water pump's on,
it just pumps up.
Yeah, it's fun to watch, right?
It is fun to watch.
I have filtered water, 0.2 micron filter.
Nice.
I usually just take my Brita. Yes, I live in my van. I have stuff in my fridge, so I fill up that Brita. Fits in there perfect, and the water's pretty tasty.
And it looks like you got an isotherm clean 85?
Isotherm Cruise 85.
Cruise 85, okay.
They forced me to peel the plastic off yesterday. And here's like my propane tank, cleaning supplies, bunch of rags stuffed in there.
What, you just got a standard 20-pound tank?
20 pound tank.
20-pound tank,
so
yeah.
You can just take it anywhere.
Those are great because you can just literally, swap them at Home Depots and such.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's vented too, because that's what
you have to.
Do.
Yeah, you should.
In an RV. This is my toilet.
Boom. What is it, a cassette or
separate,
Oh
tiny.
yeah.
I'm not gonna open it. Don't know how clean it is.
Fair enough.
I do use this every day.
Okay.
I love it. Highly recommend this toilet. I think it's fairly new.
I mean, most people ask about shower. Are we getting to that eventually?
So the van's like 95% done.
Okay.
At some point, I want to put a shower in here. That's why I have this dead space under here. This
Whoa.
is gonna pull out, then this will lift up, and then you'll shower under the skylight.
Oh my god. Dude.
Yeah, it's coming. I need some more brain energy for that.
Dude, I know you might have said at the beginning of the video what the wheelbase on this space is.
It's a 140 inch.
And do you know what, like where I'm standing, which is the bulkhead, all the way to the back?
It's about from here to the back doors, like buildable space from like furring strip to furring strip.
Sure.
It's about 125
inches? Yeah.
Yeah, a few
Okay.
inches smaller than the new 144s.
And people might be like, well, it doesn't seem like it, but he blocked that wall off for a reason, and we're gonna get to that
we
later.
will get to that.
Okay.
What else do we have here? Yep, just normal cabinets.
Normal.
my
You
food.
again? You live out of it. You got stuff in here,
Yeah,
guys.
I don't want to show too much, but
I get you. I get you.
that's the prettiest one right there.
Well, we went over a lot. Where the heck do you sleep? Does this come out or?
Yeah. Damn, I don't know where I sleep. I forget sometimes. It's just in there. So, Murphy bed.
There it is. Let me ask you this: we're at a festival right now. How many times did you put that down today?
Not too many. Maybe
Okay.
like 50.
Oh.
It's fairly easy though. So yeah, and it looks kind of small now, but
No, that's
I
perfect.
have
What size is it?
It's a queen.
Okay.
But I have an extension that rests here, and the backrest of the cushions kind of plops in. I have
Beautiful.
them buried in the front now because we're at a festival. So.
Fair enough. And then you actually made this into like even more livable
Yeah.
space.
So T1N Sprinter I've, I saw their like bed setup, and I was like, wow, that is such a good idea. Like you could just use all that unused space for like a wardrobe. My pillows are there. That's my hamper, and then that. I'm still working on that. I've only been living in it for like 3 weeks, so I'm trying to
Dude, this
figure
is
out
so
what
cool.
belongs there. And since the bed is kind of it's as close as it can get to the wall. So this is all unused space. So I actually have an 8-foot surfboard.
We're gonna
in
get
here.
to that.
We are, yeah. You can fit 2 actually.
Oh
with
my
my
God,
friends.
dude, that's insane.
Good old wave storm.
You're in San Diego. You better have a surfboard.
Yeah, I haven't surfed yet, but we're getting there.
Like literally, you've never surfed?
No, I have, but just not on this trip.
Okay.
Yeah, so that goes back up.
That is so clean. Obviously, I'm a big fan of the Murphy because I had one.
Yeah.
Okay.
A huge inspiration for this, and like this whole van kinda was Brandon Buckley.
Yeah.
Buck SD. Like he mentioned one time, like you want to eliminate as many chores as possible.
100%.
So these Arctic turn windows, just the shades.
Now he didn't have windows in his.
He did not, but I changed it up just a little bit.
Okay.
Put my little touch on there.
And what's in this whole getup right here?
Yeah,
This
so
is
right
all storage.
there, this is just more storage. I have like an adjustable shelving unit in there because you never know like what you're gonna have.
And
so.
dude, I'm gonna just touch on your wood real quick. You went really high end on some really, it's like you didn't slouch here.
No,
Your
no,
wood,
yeah.
you have a
So-
blender?
Yeah, it's a
Of course you are, dude. You're in like pristine shape.
Thank
Of
you.
course you would have a blender.
But yeah, like pretty much every little nook and cranny is like finished, sanded, routed, rounded, oiled, like everything possible.
I mean, I appreciate that a lot. So that's really, really good work.
Thank you, yeah, I
The
can't
attention to detail in a DIY van. You really did a good job.
Thank you. Can't really help it. I just get lost in the process.
I mean, that's good. That's what you should do.
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Here is another storage spot,
It's protein.
pots and pans,
Damn, dude.
and then yeah, some stuff. But like everything was built specifically for something. Like this cabinet was built the exact width of an Instant Pot. There's an Instant Pot buried in there, so I use that as well to cook when I do cook.
I'm gonna touch on something that maybe you forgot about. Your lighting is all indirect for the most part.
Yes.
And I love that because I'm a lighting nerd. So you have lighting under here as well as obviously on the upper edge of your cabinetry.
Yes. And most of it's pretty much all dimmable.
Nice.
These lights are actually on a switch right by the sliding door.
For obvious
That's-
reasons.
Yeah, it glows in the dark too, so you could see it at nighttime.
Beautiful.
And then these are all dimmable. Nice dimmers.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
A few more things.
Okay,
Yeah, so that's my heater right there.
that's where it comes out, right?
And that is actually on like a 70-30 splitter-ish. Just because I need to keep my water and all my electrical stuff warm. Often goes overlooked. People don't think about keeping their water warm. You could have a heater, but like, you
Right.
can't heat your water. Yes, I have a water heater, but that's only for hot water. But basically, this whole cavity is heated. So I've
Nice.
slept in negative 10 degrees in Vermont.
Is it tapped into the tank?
Yes.
Okay.
So I had to drop the fuel tank.
Yeah, these T1Ns are not fun to drop tanks with.
I've dropped a lot of tanks. Second T1N. Been there, done that. This is a little nook, so you gotta use all the dead space possible, but more charging ports in there. Fits a MacBook perfectly. Every piece of dead space in this van has been.
Has to be. I know you were kind of nitpicky with that.
Yes.
Yeah, you're very like every inch counts.
Every inch counts. Garbage can.
Very overlooked thing in van life, by the way, is garbage cans.
Need it. It's actually built specifically for a special garbage can. Just haven't ordered it yet. Here's the garage.
This is fantastic.
Inspired by
dude.
Brandon Buckley. Makes way sense. Yeah, makes so much sense.
So you were just talking about this green wall moving.
Yes.
Can you show us that?
Yeah. So, in order to do it, the bike has to come out, but pretty much everything can stay as is. Yeah.
And while you're doing that, can you maybe explain to the audience why do you want a piece of the wall to kind of open up to the back?
So I guess the only downside to this garage setup is you don't have a view out the back doors.
Right.
But in this case, you do.
Can I ask if you got inspiration from me on that one with my Murphy bed?
So yes.
Okay.
Yes, I almost did your Murphy bed design. That was one of my options, but didn't.
But you didn't.
No, yeah, I didn't.
Fair
Nothing
enough.
against you.
Fair enough.
But
No.
This worked out better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked your idea with that.
Nice.
That was in my head for a long time.
So you guys can probably see the seams right here. This is gonna be really interesting in a second on what he does.
Yeah, from here I take these helmets down. And then these two knobs come out, which pretty much locks everything in. And this is all like steel framing welded to the van. I wanted to use 80/20, but I literally could not afford the half inch that the 80/20.
All right, so I'm actually gonna go in now while you drop this.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Ready?
Yeah. That is so cool.
These pins lock in, and then you can actually sit on it.
Can you? That's now a deck because of these cables.
You can support weight.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I like to lay down on this.
This is like right here,
Yes.
and kind of just. I mean, you're in San Diego, so you got like, views out the back of beaches and sunsets. And,
Yeah.
I mean, that's absolutely incredible. Do you want me to come to the back and show more of your garage off?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, hold on.
I'll show like the bikes mounted and stuff.
And while you're putting that back up, can I ask you, how much engineering did that take?
I'm not an engineer, so I actually don't know.
How much figuring out? How much
lots of
design?
measuring.
Lots of measuring,
Lots
lots of
of
like
measuring.
how this works, because like
Yeah.
that ain't easy. Like you obviously screwed that in, you figured it out.
And it was all welded too, so I had to learn how to weld. Bought a
Okay.
Harbor Freight welder. And when you weld, things warp, so you have to do things in the right order. Didn't get it first try.
Talked about your surfboard. That's where that is, and that's
Yeah.
that cavity that goes all the way back.
Pretty much the surfboard goes all the way through behind the Murphy bed.
Nice.
I think I can fit 2 wave storms without fins. I built this really cool rack for my skateboard.
Nice.
With the T-track, you can pretty much build like whatever you want, add whatever hooks you want. I wanted this to be like fully modular. So if you're doing like a ski trip, you could put like 5 pairs of skis, like move hooks around. Mountain bike trip, you can fit 2 bikes. Looks pretty cool.
Wow. You have fit a lot into a small space, and this is, part of the reason why I wanted to tour you. Yeah. So any closing, things you want to say just about what you're doing in life, and maybe some words of inspiration?
Yeah, we're doing some pretty big things here in San Diego.
Okay.
Lots of cool stuff coming very soon.
All right. I'll throw up your Instagram one more time for people to
thank
see
you.
it.
Yeah.
You can say it out loud if you'd like.
Ikey Baker.
Ikey Baker.
Ikeybaker.
Okay.
It's like Mikey without the M. Some words of inspiration though.
Yeah.
If you're building a van, just set like super tiny goals every day. And over time, just stay consistent. They'll just all compound on top of each other. And then one day you'll end up with like your dream van.
I love it.
You gotta stay consistent, stay focused, and patience.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate your time, man.
Thank you.
You're
I
amazing.
appreciate you, Jarrod.
Yeah, anytime, man. Check them out. Ikey Baker, everybody. Later.
Ooh.